Ever wonder why there's never enough time to do all the nothing you want? A bit of a head scratcher, isn't it? Well, welcome to the fascinating paradox of procrastination. We're all guilty of it. Putting tasks, delaying duties, and generally finding a million and one ways to do anything but what we're supposed to be doing. Now, here's where the irony kicks in. We often procrastinate to avoid doing something we perceive as difficult or time-consuming. But the time we spend procrastinating? Oh, it's often far greater than the time it would take to actually complete the task. Not to mention the extra time spent stressing about the task we're avoiding. It's a bit like deciding not to take a 5-minute walk because you don't want to get tired, and then running a marathon instead. Makes perfect sense, right? And let's not forget about the king of procrastination techniques, the "I'll do it later" mantra. We convince ourselves that the future us will be more equipped, more motivated, more something. But here's a little secret. The future you is just as likely to procrastinate as the present you. Sorry to break it to you, but it's true. So we end up in this comical dance of delay, a waltz of waste, if you will. We spend so much energy avoiding, delaying, and stressing over tasks that we could have completed and moved on from. It's like buying a ticket for a never-ending merry-go-round of stress and anxiety. And trust me, it's not as fun as it sounds. So if you're tired of doing nothing and want to learn how to manage your time better, stick around. We promise not to waste your time. Much. Because there's a whole world of productivity and time management out there just waiting for you to stop doing nothing. And who knows, you might even find that you have more time to do all the nothing you want. Now, wouldn't that be something? Did you know that organizing your tasks is a lot like organizing your sock drawer? Yes, indeed. You see, when you're staring down at a jumbled mess of mismatched socks, it can be quite overwhelming. You've got your sports socks, your dress socks, your lucky socks, and that one lonely sock whose partner has been missing since the laundry incident of 2018. It's a mess, but it's a mess that can be sorted, and the same goes for your tasks. Much like categorizing socks by color or function, it's essential to categorize your tasks by their importance and urgency. This is where the Eisenhower matrix comes into play, a tool as nifty as that sock organizer you've been eyeing on Amazon. Now, imagine each quadrant of this matrix as a different sock drawer. In the first drawer, we've got the urgent and important tasks. These are your dress socks, the ones you need for that big meeting tomorrow. In the second drawer, we have the important but not urgent tasks. These are your everyday socks. They're not as crucial as the dress socks, but they're still necessary. Then we have the not important but urgent tasks, the sports socks of the bunch. They're not as crucial as your everyday socks, but you'll notice if they're missing when you're about to hit the gym. Lastly, we have the not important and not urgent tasks. This drawer is for that one lonely sock, the tasks that can wait or don't need to be done at all. By sorting your tasks into these categories, you can better manage your time and reduce the stress of feeling overwhelmed. You'll know which tasks to focus on first, which tasks can be scheduled for later, and which tasks can be delegated or eliminated altogether. And just like that, your once overwhelming pile of tasks is now a neatly organized sock drawer. And remember, life is like a sock drawer. It's easy to lose track of the important stuff amidst all the fluff. Ever tried cooking pasta and ended up with a soggy mess because you lost track of time? Then you might just love the Pomodoro technique. You see, the Pomodoro technique is a lot like cooking pasta. You set a timer, let it boil, and when the timer rings, you're rewarded with perfectly cooked pasta. Well, not actual pasta, but a chunk of work done. The technique is named after the Italian word for tomato, because its creator used a tomato-shaped kitchen timer. But don't worry, you don't need a tomato-shaped timer. Any timer will do. Although, if you do have a tomato-shaped timer, it might add a little zest to your workday. Here's how it works. You choose a task you want to work on, set your timer for 25 minutes, and dive in. You give that task your full attention, no distractions allowed. It's just you, the task, and the ticking timer. When the timer goes off, you take a short break. 3 to 5 minutes should do. Stretch your legs, have a drink, or just stare into space. Whatever helps you relax. After you've had your break, you get back to work. Another 25 minutes of focused work. Repeat this cycle 4 times, and then take a longer break. 15 to 30 minutes should be enough to recharge your batteries. This method helps you to focus by creating a sense of urgency. You know you only have a limited amount of time to work on your task, so you're less likely to get distracted. Plus, the regular breaks help to prevent burnout and keep your mind fresh. And the best part? You can adjust the times to suit your own pace. If you're a slow cooker, you might prefer longer work periods and longer breaks. If you're a microwave, you might prefer shorter, more intense bursts of work. So, the next time you're cooking pasta, remember the Pomodoro technique. Your pasta and your productivity will thank you. Remember how fun block parties were? Well, time blocking might not be as fun, but it sure is helpful. Imagine your day as a lively block party. Each block of time is a different party activity. You wouldn't want to spend the whole party stuck at the barbecue, right? You'd want to mingle, play some games, maybe even show off your questionable dance moves. This is what time blocking is all about, allocating specific time slots for different tasks, ensuring you're not stuck at one metaphorical party station all day. Now I can hear you saying, but I'm not a party planner. Don't worry, you don't need to be. Time blocking is as simple as dividing your day into manageable chunks and assigning tasks to each. It's about having a plan, not just for work, but for relaxation too. And just like at a block party, sometimes the best moments come from those unplanned encounters, so it's crucial to leave some room for flexibility. Think of it this way. If your day was a block party, you wouldn't want to spend the entire time on cleanup duty, would you? Of course not. You'd schedule it in, sure, but you'd also make time for the fun stuff. Time blocking allows you to do just that. It ensures you're not spending your whole day on one task, neglecting others, and yes, that includes time for you to relax and recharge. So how does one throw a successful time block party? Start by identifying your tasks. Then estimate how long each will take. Once you've got that, block out time in your schedule for each task. And remember, just like a good party, a good schedule has variety. Mix it up with different types of tasks and don't forget to include breaks. And there you have it. Time blocking. The party planner's approach to productivity. It's not just about getting things done, it's about making sure you have time for all the things that matter. Work, rest and play. So throw your own time block party and watch your productivity soar. So we've talked about socks, pasta and block parties, but what does it all mean? Well, let's take a stroll down memory lane, shall we? Remember that sock drawer of yours, overflowing with mismatched, worn-out socks? That was a metaphor for your time, cluttered, chaotic, and in dire need of a good spring cleaning. The first step in managing your time is decluttering it, just like you would your sock drawer. Toss out the time-wasting tasks that don't bring value to your life. Keep the ones that do. Simple as that. Then we moved on to pasta. Remember the al dente spaghetti? That was a symbol of prioritizing. The art of cooking pasta al dente is all about timing. You need to know when to start, when to stir, and most importantly, when to stop. Similarly, in life, you need to know what tasks to start with, which ones require your constant attention, and when to call it a day. Next, we talked about block parties. Everyone loves a good block party, right? Well, in the realm of time management, block parties represent time blocking. This technique involves dividing your day into chunks of time, or blocks, dedicated to specific tasks. It's like hosting a party where each guest or task has its own time slot. So what's the takeaway from all this sock sorting, pasta cooking and block partying? It's simple. Time management is not some esoteric concept meant only for the elite. It's a practical, everyday skill that anyone can master with a bit of effort and a sprinkle of humor. Remember, time management isn't about finding more time to do nothing. It's about making the most of the time you have. Now go forth and be productive, or continue doing nothing. It's your time after all.